Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. For Philadelphia, they come into tonight's game after a loss to the Mavericks at American Airlines Center. They got caught flat-footed, lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. And guys, we'll be watching Roy Hibbert tonight, arguably the league's premier rim protector. Kenny, his reach and length make it so difficult to try to get anything near the basket.
Yeah, even if the best finishers in the game, they talk about Roy Hibbert when they come in the lane. They have to pay attention to him. He concentrates on defense more than offense, and he takes pride in it.
You know, he knows how to challenge shots by staying vertical. He's the master of verticality. He doesn't pick up cheap fouls, but he still contests shots.
And we will send it over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Bulls in Chicago.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Pacers. Rain Man is out there with Red Hot. Then it's Miller. Then there's the Mayor. And it's Hibbert in its center. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
From a man, PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 three-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
That one's rebounded by Embiid. On defense, Indiana. It's a three-point game. And George, here we go, off target at the rim. And so it's Indiana with it.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. If that was a weakness of his coming out of college, he's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, and he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's the Mayor. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15 and 26 on the year, and it crushed them down the stretch.
They really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. And his absence is most noted in those tough road games.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
George against Artest. Here's Hibbert. Rebound by the 76ers.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Now here is Miller. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Here's Speedy. He's coming off a 28-point game against Dallas.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
Here's Speedy after Indiana gets the 3. He feeds it to Embiid, and stolen by Hibbert. Here's Rain Man. No good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter. And you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
Here's the mayor. 76ers getting the bucket. Artest on the way. Jumper off the screen, and that one's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Speedy. 8 points for him. Knocked loose. And Hibbert with the block. Here's Rain Man. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, early on in the season still, but Kevin, it's time to take a look at where the 76ers sit right now in the league stats. Second in free throw percentage. Sixth in fast break points. And this is also what I would call a pretty solid offensive rebounding team. I mean, they've got a top 10 ranking in the second chance points category.
And you mentioned their free throw shooting. Not a team you can get careless with defensively. They make you pay. Sealing games at the line.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Here's Speedy. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. It's deflected. Here's the mayor. He kicks to Miller from outside the arc. A second chance effort. And it's Hibbert missing. Philadelphia's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Speedy. Got a piece of it. Here's the mayor. Now the feed to Hibbert. Batum with the steal. Here's Speedy. He's got 8. Over to the left wing. A floater, and Miller with the block. Here's Rain Man, defended by George. And it's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. We've seen the blue Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Here's Speedy. They set the screen. The quick pass it to Batum. Now the dish to George to stop the drought, and too long on the shot.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's the mayor. 29 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
There's the bucket. Good. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
For them to be successful, Kevin, he said they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees every time the ball gets in the post. If they don't collapse in their post threats, he knows they're in for a long game. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really in that team. Now the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston, Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. The 76ers trail. Stolen. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's the Mayor. Good on the shot. The Mayor's got 12 points in the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Indiana.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Okafor's checked in. Nerlens Noel comes in for Nicholas Batum. Gordon's checked in for the Quick. And it's Williams in for Speedy. Now here's Williams. And in the game with Dallas, he did not play well. Off target from outside.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
There's a screen by Noel. Stolen away. And even 3-on-3 break. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Lewis Williams. The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. No good on that one. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
And the 76ers making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Okafor gets the bucket.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
There's Red Hot. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Big Cat. Offensive rebound. The 76ers trail by 5. Now the pass to Noel. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injury.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Pacers making the shot. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
I tell you what, he's clearly at a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Pacers leading by 6. Let out the pass to Hill. Here's Big Cat, defended by Gordon. Gordon with the defensive effort. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Oubre dishes to Noel. The Pacers pull it in. Rain Man's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Let out the pass to Big Cat. Knocks down the 3 ball. Big Cat's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The 76ers shooting looking a little out of sorts early, 37%. And Williams, here we go. Lets it go from 11, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Indiana's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Here's Rain Man, covered by Okafor. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Big Cat. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. And it's an 11-point Indiana lead.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Off the run, and a foul call on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minute's limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
And Stevenson's checked in for Big Cat. .51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Outside Gordon. With a floater, and that one's good.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injuries. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
Now here's Oubre. Defense right on him. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. There's a screen by Noel. Clock at 6. Oubre, good.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Rain Man. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. Pacers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And so he makes both from the line.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pacers lead by 8. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit him with a straight-up block the shot or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple of years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work as a defensive end.
Speedy out there with the quick. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Batum. And it's George in its small forward. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. Now here's Embiid. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Here's the mayor. Miller with the ball. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
And the basket by Stevenson. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. George against Stevenson. Embiid the screen. To the left side wing. Here's the quick. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's the Mayor. 15 points in the game. That's good.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Oh, offensive interference. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Hibbert with the screen. Dishes to Artest. Again, Indiana.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
The 76ers trail by 15. Pass to Batum. Embiid the screen. Batum passes to the quick. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Here's Miller. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season, he was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
Here's Speedy. 10 points for him. Here's Embiid. The offensive rebound.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
The Mayor passes to Hibbert. 5 on the clock. Stevenson inside the three-point line. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And the Pacers lead by 15. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the seventh.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Paul George. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Big Cat, he's checked in for Indiana. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's the Mayor. He's got 17. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. The Mayor's got 7 now in this quarter. The 76ers trail by 17. Kicks to Embiid. George dishes to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. That one goes. Covered. And that's 13 points for Speedy.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Here's Big Cat. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Chicago. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's the quick. Misses the 3. Pacers leading by 14. Passes it to the Mayor. Miller outside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on George. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Out to the wing. Here's Big Cat. The shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Miller with the double team. Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by Artest.
And it's clear for the Sixers the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
The 76ers trail by 16. Embiid with the screen on Miller. Embiid wide open. The 76ers again can't hit it.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
The Pacers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago. And what a tremendous game for the mayor. He's got 21 points and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
It's been quite a game for the mayor.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
And here's some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Second is Roy Hibbert.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands.
Now here's Embiid. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Artest against Batum. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Big Cat. First in steals, first in three-point shooting, and then there's his work at the free throw line where he holds the best percentage league-wide.
And as you said, I mean, he'll take your lunch from you. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming at you.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Okafor comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Speedy. Then for the Pacers, Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Hibbert. Rain Man comes in for Red Hot. And it's Red Hot in for the main. Williams kicks to Embiid. Here's George. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Red Hot. He has 5. Pick up by Hill. There's Miller with the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. The Quicks got 3 rebounds now in this one. At the top of the key, Williams. Picked by Okafor. And George, here we go. And it's George again missing.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Rain Man.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Here's George. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Picked away. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Williams has got his first points of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse for him. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
3-pointer. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from the Quick.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Red Hot the pass to Raymond. Here's Big Cat. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Okafor inside. Hill's there. Okafor gets the bucket.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Red Hot. He has 5. Offensive rebound.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Nerlens Noel checks in for Embiid. Oubre comes in for George. And Gordon subbed in for the Quick.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Now here's Williams. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. That's good.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Here's Big Cat following the score by Lou Williams. Teardrop shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. And it's 9 points for Big Cat.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
And, you know, going back to Nerlens Noel's shooting, the improvements to his form look really good. Even better is that he hit 60% from the line as a rookie. That may not sound like a great start, but at this stage of his development, that's great progress.
Here's Oubre. The Pacers making the shot. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Pacers. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place. And, of course, there's the 76ers. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And for Philadelphia, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
You're so right. I mean, some of the league's better teams can overcome a bumpy start and make a big push, but this team, not one of them.
You know, one caution I have about Noel's improved shooting, you don't want him to fall in love with jumpers. He did shoot only 46% from the field last year. Conversely, DeAndre Jordan shot 71% because he dunked everything and kept his head under the rim. It's a fine line between improving your game and playing within your limitation.
Now, here's Stevenson. And the pass to Red Hot. Lets it go. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Okafor kicks to Williams. Pass to Noel. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Pacers leading by 13. Here's Red Hot. He has 7. Pass to Raymond. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rain Man's got 11 points.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
That'll do it for the first half. It's the Pacers as they end the second quarter with a big 11-3 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Roy, what's been working out here in the first half for you guys?
We're eliminating the one shot, trying to get in their passing lanes, make everything tough for them on ball. If we keep this up, we'll be all right tonight.
Roy, great job in the first half. We'll see if you can sustain it. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by 15. Kenny?
Their perimeter shooting has made the difference, and so many of their points are coming from long range. They've come out, spread the floor, and executed their jump shooting game. It's been a barrage from the three-point line. Guys always finding the open shot. If they can stay hot from three-point land in the second half, this game is over.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to tough it up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. The Mayor having a dominant impact in this game.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it.
I appreciate that.
That's good, Clark. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Rain Man. Miller is out there with the Mayor. Then there's Red Hot, and it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shot off the screen, and off the front, and in it goes.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And it's sent back by George. Feeds it to Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Here's the Mayor. He dishes it to Artest. Hits the jumper in space. Artest's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The 76ers trail by 15. George dishes to Embiid. At the elbow, Batum. Back to Embiid. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Here's Speedy. 13 points in the game. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
He feeds it to Batum. Here's the quick, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's the mayor, 21 points in the game. Here's Rain Man. They double him with George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the mayor. It's deflected. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah. And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
The 76ers trail by 13. And Philadelphia calls time here. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Indiana leading by 13. There's a screen. Lets a floater go, and he gets it to go. And that's 23 points for the mayor.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Philadelphia with the ball, following the score by Indiana. 4 on the shot clock. The shot by George, no good. The Pacers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Rain Man, and they will fall over the back on the play.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Big Cat is checked in for Rain Man. Here's the quick. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant. And a moment here to see the numbers for Speedy. He's getting around 20 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Some guys just have the gift, and he's one of them. You need points, he's your go-to guy.
Both free throws good for Miller. And here are the 76ers now. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. And that's the first of 6 played on the road. Embiid the screen. Speedy the pass to Embiid. That one rolling around and rims out. Indiana leading by 17. Passes it to the mayor. They double him with George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Miller, no up.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's George. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Here's Big Cat. 9 points in the game so far. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
You know, his pace makes him really hard to keep track of, guys. I mean, if you lose him, he'll explode to the rim on you.
Now here's Batum, trailing by 19. The pass to the Quick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to get back on track. The 76ers again can't hit it. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Uncovered. Here's Hibbert. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game. And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with the wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Here's the mayor, Paul George, making his last shot. Here's Artest, on target from 13 feet. Artest's got 8 points. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. They set the pick, the feed to George. It's deflected.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
The mayor passes to Artest. Here's Big Cat, defended by Batum. Here's Big Cat, lays it up and in on the nice reverse. 13 points in the game.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Speedy the pass to Batum. Embiid the screen. Pass to the Quick. Here's Speedy. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Red Hot. 7 points in the game. Pulls it from 20. And again, it's Indiana converting.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Outside Williams. Okafor sets the pick for Williams to the paint. Here's Noel. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie. After sitting out the 2014 season, he looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
And so it's Indiana with it. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 4th rebound in this one. But they get it back. Here's Speedy. Rebound Hill.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Here's Red Hot. 9 points in the game so far. Wants to get it to Hill and does. No good off the back of the rim.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up to scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
Now here's Williams. Passes it to Speedy. Lets it go with the 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
Second free throw, no good.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Okafor. 5 points in the game, and that one's good. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over that break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
The 76ers trail by 18. Pick by Okafor. Here's Williams, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And Philadelphia making a change here. Batum's checked in.
Nicholas Batum.
.133 left to play in the third. Shots good by Williams.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Here's the great one. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. There's the pick. Hill passes to Red Hot. Shot off the pick. Here's the great one. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
50 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here is Hill. Stevenson. No good off the front iron.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now here's Gordon. They trail by 18, and that one's good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the third. He used that pick to get in close. Hill's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Outside Gordon. Pick by Okafor. Gordon kicks to Williams. And that one comes up a bit short.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Pacers. They lead by 18. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The 76ers trail by 18. Paul George is out there with Batum. Then there's Lewis Williams. Then there's Embiid, and it's the quick in a shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Williams. Embiid inside, covered by Hibbert, and he can't jam it through. Here's the Mayor. They set the pick. Hit his leg, and it's whistled a kick. Speedy's checked in for Lou Williams.
Speedy.
Stolen away. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Here's the Mayor. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
That was Roy Hibbert getting in the way of the defense there.
3-point play.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Speedy. There's the pass to the quick. There's the three. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Terrific screen that time by Nicholas Batum.
Indiana leading by 16. Miller outside. They set the pick. He kicks to Hibbert. From 10 feet out, can't get it to go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Here's the quick. Offline with his three.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Miller outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 28 points for the Mayor.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
There's the dish to Embiid. Jacks up a three. That is good. 19 points for the Quick.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Here's the Mayor. Hibbert with the screen. 6 to shoot. The tray. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The Quick's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime. And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
Now, here is Miller. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 15.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Here's Speedy. Left side, Batum. Embiid the screen. And Batum kicks to Embiid. To the left wing. Here's the Quick. No good from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Down low, Embiid.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Power down with both hands.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
Here's the Mayor after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Here's the great one, defended by George. Embiid with the steal. Outside, George. Pass to Speedy. Back to George. Dishes it to Embiid. Misses, and he wants that one back. Pacers leading by 15. Passes it to the Mayor. And there's the pass to Rainman. Offensive rebound, Pacers. And too long on the shot. Philadelphia's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And Embiid throws it down.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's the Mayor. And it's Miller in the corner. Takes the 3. That is good.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
To the inside. Batum. A second chance effort. And Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
The Mayor passes to Rainman. And it's Miller penetrating. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Take a look at what Slim's been doing. He's got 11 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
The Pacers making a change here. Artest is checked in. Now here's Batum. Kicks to George. 76ers moving the ball around. A shot by Batum, no good. Indiana leading by 16. Here's the Mayor. Inside, here's Hibbert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And over the course of last season, and really the last decade, we have seen three-point shooting on the rise. Teams have been making the most of the efficiency of that shot, and it's a big part of successful offenses in the modern NBA.
And with the three-pointers, the best teams in the NBA are great, Adam Clark. All 4 of the conference finals teams from last year were tops in the NBA in 3.
Yeah, it's definitely a predominant stat in the NBA now. And you look at some of the numbers. Curry broke his own record for made threes in the season. The Rockets set the team record. It's a real part of the game that you have to be good at to succeed in the league.
Here's Speedy. The Pacers making the shot. Outside, George. Embiid the screen. George, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now, here is George. Here's Speedy. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Miller, no up. The 76ers trail by 20. To the wing on the left. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Pass to the man. Hibbert with the screen. Here's Rain Man. Outside Artest. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rain Man. Good. And Miller gets the assist. And it's now 22 points for Rain Man.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Here's Speedy. And it's good. And Bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Red Hot, he's checked in for the main. And so here is Indiana. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Bookwick passes to George. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Now here's Batum. Good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pacers leading by 15. Here's Red Hot. Hibbert with the screen. Here's Red Hot. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Timeout called the 76ers. Embiid the screen. Pass to Batum. Nobody near George. Off target with his three.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Here's Red Hot. Here's Artest, and he connects with the jumper. Here's Speedy. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Really left alone that time. And that's 21 points for the Quicks.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Here's Red Hot. Hibbert with the screen. Red Hot the pass to Miller. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. To the middle, and George gets to Embiid.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pacers.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in a season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against the 76ers.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the mayor. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Miller dishes to Hibbert. Passes it to Red Hot. A look from Artest. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. 43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's the Quick. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
Here's Red Hot. Feeds it to Miller. The pass to Rainman. Back to Miller. Indiana moving it around. Artest. Good. And Miller gets the assist. And the Pacers lead by 18.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there. Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we'll head over to the
2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, going to a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
His offensive performance was the main reason they walked out of here with the win tonight. You got a sense early on.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal,